What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Yes, sirree. That's sirree. It's me, your girl, JuJu. What everybody loves, JuJu 1-2 talks hoops. I'm with you live in effect. I just want to do a check-in right now. Right now, today. We're one day away from what will be the Battle of LA. Bragging rights, if you will. UCLA, USC. Last year, before they met, I think the Bruins had 9 straight wins before JuJu Watkins and company of USC Women of Troy Lady Trojans snapped that winning streak at home at the Galen Center. It was a great game, barn burner. Got a little chippy in there at times, but I was there. 10,000 fans. Line was wrapped around the block. I didn't know what to expect. I hadn't seen a game yet at the Galen Center with, you know, well, I've been to the Galen Center, but I hadn't seen JuJu Watkins in the Galen Center. And I hadn't seen UCLA in about a couple of years. I had seen them prior. And to see them live in effect and in person, their size, they had depth. But I think the pieces that they've added this year are going to make a difference for them. And to see them live in effect and to see us go up against them was just really exciting. So if this is your first time here, this is Everybody Loves JuJu 1-2 Talk Soups channel. New show. Been here about 3 months now. I got 251 subscribers. I need more subscribers. I would love to have more subscribers. Subscribe and follow and join us in this chat. Usually when I go up during the games, you know, we got a good amount of people that participate in the comment section, and they're joining in the section. It's just like you. I'm inviting you into my home, into my she cave, and you guys do a great, phenomenal job of just checking in and saying hello, like Banji Baby 21. What up? What up? How are you? It's the afternoon. Good morning, I guess I should say. On the West Coast, it's 10:51, almost 11. I don't know how many of you all I could get because I know it is, you know, a work week. But you can go back and watch this segment and conversation I'm having with myself and Banji right now. One other person that hasn't spoken, I can just see there. And click that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. You know, just a little bit about what's happening. I'd like to go around social media and see what others are saying about USC and this matchup with UCLA. You know, it's very interesting how people get stuck on just the same teams over and over when it comes to conferences and things like that. And often, you know, a little biased. They don't really give outside conferences a chance. Like I'm looking at like Big 12 right now. Baylor last year was one of the teams that was in our bracket that we had to play at home when we were the top seed, and Baylor gave us an interesting fight. I mean, literally, we took it down to the wire because that's what March Madness is about. It don't matter. Like on any given day, somebody can be that Cinderella, that sleeper, or just catch you slipping, right? Because the games are back to back, not a lot of time to scout. You would have old film maybe from a conference, but what they look like at the end of their conference, or what they may look like just in tournament play, understanding that it's one and done, is totally different. And number one teams, number two team, three, four teams, you never know. They can get upset, or those teams could just run right on through and do just as they are predicted to do, which is to be in the Final Four. We don't know. Right now, UCLA is number one. Number two is Notre Dame. Number three is Texas. Number four is South Carolina. Number five is what? Who? Is it LSU, I think? We're number six. And then the rest, are scrapping. That Sweet 16 is a trip too. Last year Notre Dame got halted in the Sweet 16. I would have thought they would have made it to Elite Eight. UCLA got halted in the what was it, y'all? The Sweet 16 as well to LSU. Um, LSU, beat them when I thought they could make it to the Elite Eight, and then lo and behold, the Lady Trojans, we get to the Elite Eight, top seed. We played the number three seed UConn at home, or not at home. I can't remember where it was, but they they stopped us in our tracks, and we lost by just a few buckets. And I still got bad taste in my mouth about that game as well, because I felt like no way, ain't no way. Um, Sometimes your coaches get out coached. Sometimes your players get outplayed. What's up, Bear Beauty? What's happening? What's happening? I'm glad you could join. Thank you for stopping by and being polite and saying hello. I really appreciate that. What up there, Nip? What up? What up? What up? So, I'm just talking about the rivalry. I wanted to also invite you guys tonight at 5 p.m. or so to meet some unsung heroes, hoop heroes, I call them, of UCLA. I'm always talking about the OGs because I'm an OG. I'm always talking about the 80s and the OGs of the day. And not a lot of people know that UCLA won a national championship before AIW women's hoops went to NCAA, in I think my year that I got to college. And back in the day, UCLA was a team that was a college, a women's hoops college that you wanted to play for. Great institution, great academic institution. They had the great Ann Myers, who's of the Wooden Awards. Great football team, men's basketball team, won several championships. Just the campus is a beautiful campus. I had friends that were were at both schools, and I'm up the way. I was up the way at Cal State Northridge at CSUN, what we call it, and Division Two, and then there was Division One. And Billy Moore was the coach. Billy Moore was the coach in 1976 Olympics, where we won the silver medal, where Pat Summit played, Pat Head at the time, Lucia Harris, Ann Myers, and several others. And, Billy Moore had a basketball camp that was what you would want to get to, cost some money there, something that I couldn't afford. But she would see a lot of players in that camp that she later on would recruit and offer a scholarship. And because of Title IX, it hadn't caught up to us giving the amount of scholarships that the men had. So either you walk on, or you get a partial scholarship, or you earn a scholarship, or you got a full ride. If you got a full ride to that institution and you got a chance to play for UCLA, you knew that you were going to get, because, at the time, we had pro basketball in and out, in and out. And when there was no pro basketball, at least you knew that you were going to get a good education, and you were going to be able to, hopefully get a job, get an interview at least, because you attended UCLA or you attended USC. So for hoop's sake, the rivalry began, right? But of course, because we had the McGee twins, USC, Cooper, so on and so forth, a lot of, we had all these players, and they won a national championship twice and went back to the championship for a third straight in a row. It was exciting to see the players that I knew go up against the Trojans at the time. So the rivalry begins. Crosstown Rivalry begins. So, Miss D, hello. What up? Hey, chat. It's a rivalry. Last year was crazy. We had to play the Trojans, the Bruins, excuse me, 3 times. Twice and once in the Pac-12 championship. And it was the end of an era of Pac-12. Now, I remember Pac-12 being Pac-8, then Pac-10, then Pac-12. And USC Trojans outlasted Stanford for the win. And before we could get to the championship game, the Trojans could get to the championship game, we had to go through UCLA. And let me tell you, they was not letting that go easily. Boy, oh boy, that was a double overtime game. And if you can go back and watch that, come to the Discord, we could watch it, do a watch request, click the button and say, hey, let's go watch this together. We'll do that. I was gonna put a something on my on this channel, like click on YouTube, and I've been working on my connectivity that goes in and out. Sometimes when I pause, it's because it shows on my screen that I'm spinning a connectivity, but I might still be seen by you guys, or I might be frozen. So bear with us. So join me today at 5 o'clock for sure. So my question, I can't get heads or tails what people, YouTubers are thinking. RC, I'm glad you're going to be here. I hope you be here tonight at 5, RC. Do you think the rivalry will intensify after tomorrow's game? Of course, yes, I do. I do. I do. I think it'll intensify even more so because these players are going to return. Like for the Trojans, we have a senior Rhea Marshall, Kiki Irfin, and Talia Van Alphen. They run out of eligibility after this year, and I'm sure they want to walk away knowing that they've left their legacy and mark on the rivalry. Now, respectively, Kiki from Stanford, Talia from Oregon State, they are familiar with UCLA. They played them themselves. Talia had a game-winning shot from Oregon State to beat UCLA last year, and I'm sure that's on her mind. And I'm sure that they'll talk about that. They may even show a little highlight because it is going to be, I believe, on Peacock, but it is going to be nationally televised. So, yeah, and of course, people that are trolls or supporters or haters or whoever is going to tune in to see is JuJu going to get out of her quote unquote slump, right? They want to see, they want to have something to say. Is this the right place for Ju? Is Ju getting what she needs here? Yes, she's fine. She's fine. You're gonna go through your ups and downs. When you are a triple threat, as JuJu Watkins is, it does not take away from your greatness. Whether you go 2 for 10, 1 for 12, whatever the case is in the first quarter, but you wind up with 17, 20, 21 points, whatever the case may be, because with Ju's an all-around player, period. So if she's not scoring well, she will do well in other categories that help her team. Just by being on the court, she's gravity. People are going to not turn their back on her. They're not going to take her lightly or for granted, which leaves her teammates open. Now her teammates have to step up and knock the score that ball. I think Kennedy Smith has been playing super duper well. I even see the improvement over the last couple of games with TiVo fighting her way, getting her confidence. Kaylee Heckel, the freshman from Long Island, New York, she doing her thing too. Avery Howe, sniper, she's finding that rhythm. I need her to get 2 to 3 threes alone. I think our guards balance out well with them. Our forwards and our wings, I think we balance out well with UCLA. Not everyone has Peacock. Okay. I don't know then if you don't have Peacock. I don't know if the game, let's say a YouTuber streams it or something like that. I had a person come on in to my chat before to try to help you guys out and tell me where you could find the game. I think his name is CAN.WBB. I'm not sure. Sometimes you guys have different names, and it could be you, but someone came in and said, tell my chat to stream it here. So not everyone has Peacock. But I suggest you join Peacock. That might not be a bad idea. Do a little trial. See how many more games are left on Peacock. It might be worth your while to spend $12.99 for the game. I have two people that will be streaming the game on playback. Oh, there you go. There you go. Tell them to join our Discord and maybe they can put it up. Nip, nip, inside the Discord. And they can, and I'll join the Discord and I think you can hear me and the game. But I want them also to subscribe. That would be great to the channel and follow along with us as they are watching the game. That would be a good thing. So yeah, the battle. It's just bragging rights, y'all. It's about bragging rights. But more importantly, I think it's important for, um, you know, the Big Ten tournament, right? We're still want to be conscious of that. I think I want to be conscious of where we are in bracketology, which changes all the time. Where what seed we are. Right now, I think we're in Spokane, Washington. Tops. I think we're number 2 seed. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Hold on, guys. I got someone at the door. All right, back in effect. What did I miss? Okay, not everyone. Okay, so you got two people that possibly can do playback. Hopefully, like I said, they can help us out, right, in the chat, in the Discord. Jew, Scene Row, Ray. Ooh wee. Did I see Ray? You talking about? Who you talking about? Ray. Ray. I don't know if you. I don't know what Ray you mean because that's spelled like Ray Burrell. Um, yes, they did. Nippy, keep a YouTuber streaming. Type it in the chat. USC women's basketball. Thank you, Miss D, for your help. WNBA radio and hoops watch parties will both be streaming the game on playback. Whoa, Ray Burrell. Ray Burrell. I didn't. I watched Unrivaled yesterday. I thought Unrivaled was like it was fun. I see some comments going along in threads and different things like that saying next year they should have the bigs separated from the guards and all that. I'm like, nah, let them play because there's advantages on both sides in my opinion in 1-on-1. Whether you're a big that can shoot from the outside and back a small down or a guard that's faster than a big who's strong like fast who's fast strong and can shoot the three and can score underneath like an Enrique. The game could 1-on-1. It's like street ball. When you out when we played, it was just like whoever's up next, I had to play him. Whoever it was on the court. If I wanted to stay on the court, I got to play a big. I got to play another shifty guard or quick guard or slow big, fast big, agile big, whatever it was to win the 1-on-1. It don't matter. You can't pick and choose. I can't say, okay, no, bigs play down there, smalls play over here. No, it's whoever's the baddest, and that's just what it is. So don't change the rules. Jew, Lauren Betts and Kiki Rice had lazy game versus Orchid. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy, guys. Like Lauren, I could see Lauren only scored 2 points in the game, right? Whole game, 6 points, whatever. But yet she's still in contention for Player of the Year. Or but what Lauren will do, just like Jude, Lauren will have 11 assists, or I think something crazy like that, right? Or she'll have numerous rebounds or numerous block shots. Ju will do the same thing outside of the category or of because I know she's a fantastic scorer. We know that. We know she's a great scorer. She's learned how to be a playmaker. It's like they just want all of this on them. That I don't know that these great expectations, and I love that JuJu doesn't adhere to other people's expectations. She sticks to what she wants. She believes she can do what she has in her mind and her goal because it's just too much noise. Everybody telling you to do this. Everybody's feeling you should do that. That's why I love the Nike commercial. Be confident. Stay. Be the be the block. So like Beyonce say, Ray Burrell smashed you good. Burrell is super athletic. I ain't gonna lie. I like Ray Burrell. She's young, and as she gets more mature and older, and she keeps on playing in the league, which I know she will, especially for the Sparks. I love her hustle. I love her athleticism. Super athletic, lanky, agile. You know, she's just gonna do nothing but get better. RC, do you think? Oh, let's see if I can catch what Nippy said. Let's see if it'll scribble up for me. RC said, wait. I think I can catch what you said, Nippy. There it is. RC, do you think the fatigue is finally getting to UCLA girls as well? Do you think the fatigue is getting to UCLA? I think it's getting to a lot of teams, but it also, especially when they start traveling, but also like sometimes when your schedule is heavy at the end, which I think is what UCLA, I think their games are starting to come in towards the end. Their schedule is starting to be like heavy at the bottom as opposed to the top. But I started to notice certain things about UCLA. Like if you don't play like super stiff competition very often, you can get a little comfortable, in your sets, and you don't feel challenged. But I think they kind of pace themselves, in my opinion. I don't know about lazy. Maybe they pace themselves a little bit, try to conserve energy. Yesterday, I'm Team Fee and Team Ray. If they out, then I'm out. I love the piece of collar. I ain't gonna lie. I just like her game. It's so much you can learn from it. Just her poise and confidence and her ability, her athletic ability. I just like feet. It's so funny because I'm really more like a aggressive, someone who's just like dog in action, but she just be so cerebral and so smooth with it. Like I love you to have both aggressive and both like smoothness to your game. Nippy Elizabeth was so deep that she should not be so, but hey, we can't ever really know. Man, I was hoping Alicia managed to make it to the round. Man, they beat up on Alicia Gray. I ain't gonna lie, Alicia Gray was getting toe up physically, breaking her down mentally. Sometimes I feel like that was good for her because there's a part of her to me that with all of her ability and talent, she's so nice that she needs to keep the nice, sweet personality off the court. But when you're on the court, be a dog. Just don't let them push you around. I'm excusing Bet's performances. She's been on all year now. Kiki, I can't excuse for she needs to attack like they take away a kidney from her. If we lose, attack shit. Y'all be all hard on Kiki. Kiki got a little dog on her. I was just looking at a game from last year. Her and one of my players got into it, and she was ready to fight. Like she be trying to get tough out there. You know what I'm saying? She got it in her. She got it in her. I don't know what will be happening with Bet sometime. But I know Betts is, I'll never put her down because she's so dangerous offensively, and she's so dangerous with when she's doubled. She's smart enough, and she has the ability to pass out of the double so well. So if a team hasn't figured it out by now, that I wouldn't necessarily double her, but I would help side her, and when she gets stuck, I would definitely want the Trojans to obviously go get out on London Jones, go get out on the wing, go get out on say Hawkes, And keep your eye on Kiki cutting. Like, don't over rotate to help on bets. Just box her out. You know, Clarice will be a big factor because she's 6'6". She's right there, as tall as Bets, and it disrupts her. But don't get into foul trouble trying to stop Bets. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just guard everybody else, and strip the ball when she brings it down. Ray Burrell, Kelsey Plum, Dorica Hamby, Cameron Brink. I'm thinking about leaving the Aces because I'm always going to be a Sparks fan. I like the Aces because I love when Becky first started off, how fun they were. I love the way that they played on the court. I love their style of that she brought to the W that I hadn't seen. Her style of offense, the great Agent Wilson, and so. But the Sparks, I mean, I'm from LA, so I'm gonna root for the Sparks. I've always been a Sparks fan, so that I will cover. But I'm definitely looking at Chicago because I like Angel Reese. Believe it or not, I'm telling you all the teams I like, and I like Seattle because I got a root for Noe, Ebony, and Pokey over there. What else catches my eye? I'm always intrigued with Indiana Fever because of seeing. Because of obviously the Caden Clark effect, but also I like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston and Lexi Hall. I just like seeing their maturation in their journey, but sometimes the way they play is different. It was different on the sides. There were certain things that I saw them run that was kind of cool. And then I like Minnesota. I love Minnesota and the feet, the Fisa Collier effect. I'll watch a New York game if they're playing one of the teams that I named. So Dallas Wings is going to be interesting. Nobody's considering them. Nobody's talking about them, but I think you should. Obviously, the number one pick is going to be going there, and you got Enrique. You don't have Satu, but I can't remember all the new pieces. But they got some pieces over there. Um, so I think the WNBA in general, I'll be able to tune into a game and not feel like that's not my team. I don't watch. I don't like their style. Let me see what happens. You know, I'll tell you somebody on a rival who I felt like played like a dog last year when she wasn't hurt, and that she's always been somebody that I was like, you know, she would have big games. Not a lot of people were talking about was Aaliyah Edwards out of UConn. I could see her growing and growing by the leaps and bounds, and I love her confidence. She don't even seem tired when she's in this one-on-one battle, and I kind of see her like don't sleep on Aaliyah Edwards. Nippy said, "What you say, Nip?" I think physically Lauren should be fine tomorrow, and the only thing that will stop her is good defense. That's right. Nope, that's facts. I'm watching Courtney Williams versus Ryan Howard right now. Replay. Didn't see this one. Well, I won't spoil it for you then. I won't spoil it for you. I forgot Epic Rakia Jackson too. Yeah, Jew. Them Sparks has right. Oh yeah, don't forget about Rakia. Definitely don't forget about Rakia. So I'm hoping this coach recognizes her abilities and her what she brings to the Sparks and uses her properly. I'm curious as to how healthy Cam Brinks will be. Like I don't know that she's gonna be ready to step right in it with long starter minutes. So that might be a Ray Burrell type of situation. RC Kiki and Biggs was about to tussle. There you go, Nip. Taylor Biggs, yeah, that plays for TCU now. Yeah. Nippy knows them Trojans, boy. She scored 6 points versus Oregon. Yep, that's what I thought. She had six. Maybe that's all she needs to score. But RC, tell me how did she play with the big number 15 for Oregon? Was that big giving her trouble, and that's why she scored six, or or was uh Betts like focusing on passing out? You said that's unacceptable. Well, else does she do? Does she have big boards or did she have big assists? Why every big doesn't have to like dominate? Yeah, six is not great. I mean, should average 10, right? Or above. But what else did she do? How did London Jones do? London, I think, had 21. If I remember, Nippy, I think she was the leading scorer for the Oregon game. She made five threes and had 20. Yep, there you go, Jacob. Look, I knew it. See, I was having a discussion with somebody that people don't like. She had five threes against South Carolina, and some were questioning, can she always shoot like that? So the thing about Lauren, I think she'll average between two and three threes a game, more like two than three. But I said, can she hit five? You know, 3 pointers through this season more than once? Hell yeah, she will. Nippy, Elizabeth Jones, London Jones had 5 for 7 3 pointers. She saved their heinies. She did. She did. And that's what she'll do if you allow her to. Thank you, Jacob Narcy. I figured she had to have been the one to step up. Because that's the thing. And it's crazy to me that London, other than London being, experienced, a junior, understands the system of Corey Close, being really a hometown hero, uh, of UCLA. I would think, you got so much other offensive minded people over there. Like Tamia Gardner, I don't know what's going on with her. Janai Barker get you some rebounds. You got Hawkins that can shoot. You got Duklitz that can shoot. You got who else you have? I like the freshman Alina Arsenal. I think she doesn't play her as much as she should, Alina, the freshman, because she has Kiki in there. But if Kiki needs a rest or puff or she gets in foul trouble, she's gonna have to go to that freshman. But you need to start giving that freshman, if you want to go and make a run for the national championship, which we're expecting you to do because you're undefeated and you're number one and you've been number one as long as I said you were going to be number one. Number one, I seen them being number one all the way to the tournament. Um, to the Big Ten tournament. Um, then you got to start getting these new transfers and your freshmen involved in play in big games and in the offense. Just like with USC, you got to start, and Coach D is doing that. Coach D is. I mean, we have phenomenal freshmen. I love my freshmen. They're fearless. They're fearless freshmen, and they not scared of anything. And you know, Kiki will be a big factor as long as Red can hold down bets to allow her to get that shot off. But missing bunnies and chippies and JuJu not really getting away kind of irritates me because they need to get her assisted buckets and get her involved. But JuJu's a dog, and when it counts and when it's needed, if the game is close and so on and so forth, she gonna get her. She gonna drive in there, penetrate, draw fouls, get the ball in the hoop, whatever she needs to do. I would be surprised if she doesn't have that tiger in her eyes and understands the gravity of the moment and how just setting the country on notice that we're not here to play. I mean, she said it more than once. Kiki has said it. Irfan, and everyone. It's like whether we're in six or not, a national championship is or bust. That's what we want. That's what you should play for. Every time you step on the court, that's what you're here to play for. LSU, I can feel it from their veins and their bones that they want another one. I can feel it when I watch them play. I can feel it when Texas plays. I can feel it when teams play, and that they're hungry and that they understand the implications and what's important. That each game is important for them to gain that momentum and to gain that chemistry that's needed down the stretch. Nippy, this isn't the first time she did this. She did it against South Carolina. Right. Yeah, you talking about London. No, it's not. I mean, I think I seen it last year as well. Magnet ball, London. Let me stop. Why you say that? Magnet ball. JuJu. Luka to the Lakers made me do a Lakers video. I gotta check it out. I haven't even watched it yet. I'm trying to. I think they tried him on a team that we Lakers ultimately should have won. I heard in that just to get him in there and see what's going on. I know he got hit in the face and all this kind of stuff, but Luka to the Lakers still feels like a fever dream. It's crazy. Isn't that crazy? That is the weirdest thing. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I like crazy. I like crazy shakeups. The only crazy shakeup I would feel kind of like not so happy about is if all the little comments about JuJu transferring to another school, which I'd be like, hell no, like we won't go. Like that is not what she needs to do. Cut it out. Cut it out. USC women's basketball should win this game versus UCLA. I don't want to hear no JuJu Watkins or the USC had a back. Okay. Okay. All right. We won't say it. We won't say it. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Thank you. Don't forget to like the video. Nippy, I see you. You're a wrench. I forgot to check. I see you. You're good. I finally got you hooked up. SC dropped to what? Number 3, number 4, number 6. Sure, it's not a big deal. I always told you about the time that Tennessee, Shamika Hosklaw, and Pat Summit had lost like 10 games during conference. And just overall didn't even look like they would win the national championship. And lo and behold, they won the national championship. Stranger things can happen. It is what it is. Like, don't go off these teams losing. Last year, people lost 1, 2, 3, 4 games and ended up in the Final Four and championship. Come on, guys. Like, these are student athletes. These are athletes that some have gone to new conferences, new to traveling. We're traveling from West Coast to the East to the Midwest on a consistent basis, playing teams we never played before, which all is going to be to our advantage because it's so reminiscent of what March Madness is about. So it kind of works to our advantage, as opposed to us playing teams that we know that, okay, we dropped this one, we'll see them again, we'll get them back here, we'll get them back there. No, I like that they had to go through a gauntlet. Same thing with South Carolina. Don't matter that they're not in the number 1 spot, they still are the defending national champions, and they know when it matters and when it counts. Their coach knows what to do to get them prepared and get them in contention to defend their national championship. So, if you drop your shoulders and think, they're losing it, they're not the same. They need Camila Cardosa. They don't have a big. Don't do that. Don't do that. Jacob RC. They can play like against USC because Ju and Kiki aren't scoring under 10 points. Damn right. But yeah, Betts can still score 6 and still be in the talks for Player of the Year. But let JuJu do it and the world comes to an end. I haven't seen her score in single digits before. I think Jacob, my factician, is the only one that probably can find something like that early in her career. In some non-conference game, I don't remember her scoring in single digits. And if she did, she ain't did it more than once. I agree wholeheartedly with you. I think people are greatly underestimating USC. I like that we're underdogs. I do too. I don't think they're ready to hold that. Man, to hold that position as an expectation to win, it's and to take to be number 1 in the country. That's not an easy spot. And I can speak from it personally, being a champion in the Central Coast section. It's not easy. Being whatever I was, number 1, number 2 in Northern California, it's like everybody's coming after you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't have You can't have a flat day. And some days it's just like that. Like, in track, it's just like you think you're ready, but depending on how your workouts were going, what happened that week, what's going on in your personal life, or sometimes just out the blue, like you think you're ready to run, and it's just not there. It's like I've had it not happen often, but I felt it, and I'm like, damn. And I could feel the energy from the runners around me. That's like, dang, they're really trying to. They're gonna try to like. They coming. It wouldn't like the championship that I felt that I would be ready for that, but outside of that, just everyday, you know, league competition, it was like if I thought I was just going to cruise to victory, this was their big moment to say that they beat me. And so, you line them up and you line them up to pick them up and put them down, and it's just like it ain't fair. It's like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? You just whatever. But I won't expecting them to be so overlooked solely based on JuJu's performance. I feel like it's sad. Two things. I feel that it's sad that based on JuJu's performance that you judge our team, and I said it from the beginning because I knew what we had coming with our freshmen and what we had coming with Kiki and Tebow. I said if they think that all we have is JuJu Watkins, they're going to be sadly mistaken. And of course, they continue to do that. They continue to throw doubles and triples, and I still don't see that with anybody else. I see it with Paige a little bit. When Paige gets too close to the paint, I feel people close in on her double. But damn, they pick JuJu up as soon as she crossed the damn line if she got the ball. As soon as she's like at the top of the key, you could just tell all eyes are on her. I mean, I know for Ju, and it's good that she's a sophomore. I know for her, going back, I would over the summer look at tape, see how they're guarding me. Plus, she's got a memory, I'm sure, of like how they're guarding her, and start digging in my bag of ways uh, to get myself open. And once she needs to hit that outside shot, but I think she should stay within 10 feet of the basket, 15 feet. 15 feet, that's a knockdown shot. Even if you got somebody over you, I wish that the bigs like Kiki and especially Kiki would stay still on the screen and stop rolling so quickly because it's not. She only should roll when the person that she screened gets around the screen to come towards you, or the person that's on the other side that has you that you screen. They leave you Kiki to come to you, then you roll. She just gets there, boom, and then she starts rolling, and Jude's making her move and hasn't even rubbed the player off her, and they both run into the same spot at the same time, and I'm like, move, clear out. Drew averages 30 against them. It's a pick your poison this year, but it's your pick your poison with UCLA and Lauren. How is USC 6? Um, I think the record of LSU is why they're ahead. We can't be ahead of South Carolina. We can't be ahead of Texas necessarily. Texas beat South Carolina. They better not have UConn above us. So I think that they got it right. I mean, I think Jacob, you do the you know how you are with your facts. You take a look at it and you tell me. But I do think our choices of winning really does depend on JuJu's performance tomorrow. Okay, our girls can step up and take off that pressure, but she has to be in front seat. I know. I believe. I agree with you, Nippy. I agree that and you say front seat. JuJu needs to be the first option that you look for, and lately she hasn't been. It should be look for her to be the first option. If that's not there, then all of you, they've been going like I think with Ohio, because if you look at the scouting report, we need to get Kiki going early because we had the advantage on the inside. So I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Old school, they don't have anybody to stop Kiki and Rhea inside. We got to get the ball rolling in there first. I mean, just common sense. If you want to get the lead and continue to press, let's do that. But I think you cannot go away from your superstar because that sends a message and a confidence. It affects to me her confidence, but also it's a falsity to think that she's not your number one option. Will will this be JuJu 50 point game moment last year? I don't know. The reason she had that 50 point game one is because the rest of the team, they weren't their balls weren't falling, and they decided to get behind Ju when they saw Ju had the mismatch on all of their guards. They decided to support their freshie. They decided to back her, and these girls they don't really the freshies. Kennedy does. She looks for her, but I don't think Avery does. I don't think Kennedy does. I think Tuvo does at times. And I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Kiki doesn't. Kiki tries to force stuff that she needs to kick back out, but when she kicks it back out, she never crosses court to the other side to do. She does what's right in front of her. She doesn't even do what's right in front of her in the corner enough. Ju should slide down more in the corner to help them see her. Be ready to take that corner shot, and I mean that deep side corner shot that Kennedy takes a lot, and that Avery takes, and Kaylee takes a lot in that deep corner. Where whereas a defender, when you're defending and you're looking front and center, it's hard to see that person in the corner, and they kind of want to tuck Ju away like that. And if I were Ju, I would be in that corner, and then occasionally move and run sideline to the other corner, and then everybody moves and rotates and evens out. They don't even even out like that. Once Ju takes off to go that way, Kennedy just stood there, and I'm like, Ken, you move. You tell the person to move this in that elbow to go to the slot, and the slot move to. You guys gotta move because all of you guys can handle the ball. Kaylee doesn't have to be at the center. Tivo doesn't have to be at the center. Rotate the ball. Take each other's position. You all can handle the ball very well. Our guards are very capable, especially when we're in the four guard one big lineup. You're all in there because you can handle the ball, and it doesn't matter who's at the top of the key. Move, rotate, keep moving like in a circle. Run the horn. But I do think that our chances. What will this be? No, let's see. Jacob said, and she only did it against Stanford in a championship game, and that was the first game I watched her live. She only did what? She didn't score 51 in those championship games. The championship game, they had a game plan, and Tara was not about to let JuJu score 51. That was her. Instead of focusing on winning, she focused on stopping JuJu. Duh, that was so dumb of her. Like, not excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to call you dumb, Tara. But that was not smart to try to shut JuJu down. Because if you were watching, Mackenzie Forbes, Padilla, had stepped up, and occasionally Taylor Biggs, even Kayla Davis was hooping, and even little Kayla Williams, the little point guard, she was hooping. Malia would come in there. I think by that time it wasn't just a JuJu show. Everybody was like capable of scoring, and they focused on Ju. I watched, and I think Ju at that time was like a little tired in my eyes, in my opinion. I think that freshman, you know, that wall was starting to come into effect. I watched her live, and I remember announcers that this is the first time she's been held under 10. Yeah, there you go. That was probably the game. Thank you. I didn't read everything you said, Jacob. They were guarding her differently. Yep, you got it, Jacob. I knew you knew. I knew you knew. I knew you knew, Jacob. Yeah, you look at this. You look at the standard. They hold SC to one 4-point loss, dropped them 2 spots, and people are questioning if they can make it back to the championship. I know, it's like the standard is crazy. They play a Texas team that was playing on Pride at home. They lose by 4. I personally felt it was the free throws, and that you should have put Fawali in to take that drive instead of Tessa. I think Fawali should have came in a little bit earlier, and that play would have been designed for her. But I knew the free throws were going to get them. Because once they start missing, I was like, this game is too close for you to miss free throws, especially the front end of them. But hey, it happened, okay. But, like, I mean, I guess it's just, guys, I guess it's just normal that if a team, just like when UConn was winning all the time, people got tired of it. Some people just get, you want to take the big bat, Gamecocks down because they are the standard, and so you naturally want to root for your team and you want to see something different. That's all that is. It's the same with us. If we win a championship this year, next year, or the year after, and we're poised to defend it and create a streak, everybody's gonna come for you, and try to poke holes and um, find things wrong. I mean, even Gottlieb's decision making, even her Gottlieb's Coach Gottlieb's um, legacy is based on how well does she coach or put Juju in. Juju's performance is connected to Coach Gottlieb's uh, judging her and rating her. You know, even as the team is winning, in spite of Juju's performance, which isn't terrible by anybody's standards. I don't know who wouldn't want to have 17 and 10 or 17, 18 and 11 rebounds or something like, or 7 rebounds. And I mean, it's crazy because they were guarding her differently. Okay, yeah, look at the standard they hold at SC. Yes, yes, yes. Um, SC, the NCAAW shouldn't match teams up in some women bracket that played each other in their conference tournament. I don't. Do you think they do that? I mean, the problem with that is that SEC has so many people that could be in the tournament, so it's kind of hard to kind of avoid that. Like they don't have us. I don't believe they have us right now. If we look at the bracket today, we're not lined up with UCLA, and that happened to me in college. We got lined up with Pomona, who we done faced 3 times. We're like exhausted. We're like, if I have to see them one more time, I'm in the Sweet 16 and we had to face them. Now, really, you couldn't think of anybody outside of California for us to play so that we can make it to the Final Four and then eventually run into them if that's the case. I mean, that was the biggest oopsie that I've ever seen. I was like, who does that? Who are these people in the selection committee? And it was rude. Do shit as a fan of both Hawkeyes and Bruins. I think I'd rather lose to y'all than to lose to the Hawkeyes. I know. That's not the case with this team this year. People telling me Hannah is better. Look at the coverages they both get, and they beat Ohio State, one of the best in the country, with Ju scoring 20. Exactly. All I heard was I was going to lose to Ohio State, and I just couldn't understand how. What they were people saw. I won't even say that I knew that they were going to. And they had days off in between after losing to UCLA, but I knew UCLA was going to take a whole lot out of them. They played UCLA. They played UCLA. They had a chance to upset UCLA way more than they had a chance to upset us. I can tell you that. I just could tell by the matchups that wasn't going to happen. I mean, unless they was just going to have an extraordinary shooting night, then I was like, damn, they better be on. When it comes to shooting, because this ain't it. That's something that teams should be worried about. Yeah, with her slump these past few games, the girls have been hesitant to give her the ball. I don't like that. I do kind of see that. I think it's like hesitant in a sense where you ready to come to the ball. You know what I mean? Like they're so on you that it the normal pass that we pass across, and I hate that pass. Oh my God, I could just see this pass I threw one time. It's just in a crucial game. It was like, this is not what I wanted to do. I really just wanted to have the ball, but I was near the bench, and she's like, pass to the car to the top. Like, no, this is not. They're not letting off of their pressure. Like, we cannot start an offense. We have to start it from where I'm at on the wing right now. Let me just have the ball and start. Either I go get to the hoop around this first defender, which I know I could get around, and dish it off inside, but my inside center had fouled out, so I really didn't have that outlet or that safety net. And then the person that I could kick it to, which was my shooter in the corner, she was slow and well guarded. So I knew it was really just on me. And if she would have just let me just do what I got to do and get to the hole, that would have been better. But they try to pass it to Ju, and they just get it ripped off. All I'm gonna say is Drew is getting shit for stat padding, and Hannah should do also get that shit because what's the difference? I don't know. No one's even watching Hannah and their little weak ACC scoring. I mean, they watching. It's like all they just this that. I think because she showed up in November, beating top three, 2 and 3 team, that that just put her on the map. But I think her impact and her energy to show up during big game, we'll have to see. It's like, okay, we saw what you did. You're doing your thing. You're averaging whatever. To me, with that weak conference, you should be averaging 30, but go off. Um, we'll see what she does in the tournament. No, that was only time she got held to under 10. Okay, that was got to be the only time right there because I mean, they specifically just designed something and they had Trump. They were trumped. I would have been trumped. You guys would not believe this. I was planning to go to the game, and it was like 7 o'clock at night, and I'm like an hour and a half to two, maybe an hour and a half away, and it was slightly raining. I did not want to do that drive because I knew I was going to come back on a 1 lane highway at night, and I didn't want to do it. I was so bummed. I watched it, but I was like, I cannot believe the first time I'm gonna see this child in college that this is the game I could have saw in person, live and in person. I would probably been more fanatic for her seeing her do that than I am now. So then a couple of days later, I go to Cal Berkeley, and that's when I took the photo and I met her and I saw her play against Cal Bears. Um, and of course, they was not having it. They was like, they ain't gonna let this kid do this again. In terms of SC in Texas, it's hard to smoke a good team twice. It is. It is RC, but we did it. But it was hard for UCLA to smoke us twice. They beat us at home. They came to Galen. They lost. I think then we played a neutral site, Nippy, for the for the tournament. It was that in Vegas. Um, and then we got them again. So that twice happened. You know, it could have went UCLA, USC, then back to UCLA. Jacob Brazil said, "Hey Brazil, SC did get dominated in the paint. I mean, and one of the things I kept saying about the Texas South Carolina game when South Carolina beat them, I was like, where's that girl? Where's that big Jones, Taylor Jones? I don't know what I must have been in and out of the game, and I was like, where'd that big girl go? And everybody's like, oh, she got into foul trouble early. Vic sat her down. I was like, because Oldacre, I have been watching Texas, and Oldacre would come in. Um, she wasn't like a starter to play a lot of minutes because she's big. She starts. She needs that breather. She goes so hard, and I was like, and when they play a certain offense, she fits. You could tell he has a system when she goes in and when Jones. And they were like, I was like, well, there you go. That made a big difference. Besides Madison having an off game. And I said, that made a difference. Sure enough, Taylor gets in the game and she plays a lot better. Oldacre too. I mean, those two bigs right there. And then they had this one girl, I gotta learn her name, block somebody out the air, Tessa somebody. I was like, she a little athletic thing. She played well. Madison was confident, found herself. Um, so I was like, I like the action between those two teams. I really do. I like the actions between those two teams. I was like, okay, Texas looks totally different than what I thought or what I seen earlier this year. I think they figured out like Rory, we don't need you to be on the ball all the time or be at the center because when Madison you were gone, Madison was running at that point like I don't know what I used to call her Magic Johnson. She was like Magic Johnson out there, big guard, point guard. So, howdy good people of the interwebs, I love it. Hey Brazil, I love it. Jew, I'm just a little concerned with how and when UCLA advances deeper and deeper into the postseason, March Madness, we start acting and playing a little. I know that's last year. If you gonna stick for UCLA, okay, RC, you gotta know this is not the team of last year. This is not the team of last year. If Corey don't know that by now, that they looked a little, they would just dip off into the sunset and not be doing what they would do. Because I'm thinking, like, did you peak? What is the problem? Because if it ain't us, then West Coast, let's go. Like, what are you doing? Like you getting bored or like what? And I'll see tomorrow night. Like, are they bored? I don't know. I'm tired of media making Notre Dame seem untouchable. Coach Ivy is a hell of a coach and beautiful, but Notre Dame has yet to face really tough competition back to back. They haven't proven themselves. They ain't proven themselves to me either. I mean, I'm still thinking about them two losses at the Cayman Islands. I ain't gonna forget that, y'all, because it's like you was at a neutral site, similar to like what happens in the March Madness. You can't go off of a high of upsetting a team, which shows me you put all your energy and practice and focus and scouting into beating, UConn and USC, but then you overlook, you know, other components. Either you got a system that will work against anybody or you don't. Like, what is it? Who are you? No, undefeated until they're not. Absolutely, absolutely. UCLA is undefeated until they're not. Jacob Harold. The difference is that JuJu is getting run for being after CC, being better, for being better. That's run for being better than CC. Nobody's comparing Hidalgo to CC, but they will shortly. Nobody's comparing her to Hidalgo to CC because um, Hidalgo didn't get to 1,000 points before CC. There's records within records that JuJu was doing that CC wasn't doing at that age, and it intimidates, certain population of people and fans, and where there's enough room for all of them really to be, you know, um, people root for Hidalgo because she's a short girl doing big things. You look at CC, she look like a librarian. She don't look like she can do the things that she does. JuJu being 6'2", oh well, she's supposed to dominate. Not really, because 6'2", big old guard. Not everybody got handles like that. That's a disadvantage for her as well. So everybody has something as to why. I like shiftiness. I like her smooth game. I love her look. I love her. I love what she's done and how far she's brought his team. Hannah doesn't impress me because you're playing with a bunch of seniors. You playing with a coach that's her alma mater. That's her system. You don't think she talks to Muffin McGraw? I mean, you're expected to do as well as you're doing, as I think you should, with the players that you have. Jude's playing with all new players except for starters, except for Rhea, and still doing amazing. So, a coach that has no connection to USC, has only been there for a year. So I look at all of these things. You know, a coach that has been to the Final Four, but with a different team, and has turned that program around with before Jew, who got with Rhea to the tournament. Uh, she got to the hold on, guys. She got to the tournament before Juju was there. So there's a lot to look at that I think that Coach G has done that she deserves credit for. And she's not gonna push her way. She's not the type of coach, in my opinion, that needs to be out in the forefront like some of the other coaches around the country, to where they them more than their players. She's not like that to me. She's just unassuming herself. But she doing some damn things. She got great. She's a hell of a recruiter. I'll tell you that. Nippy, they were at the beginning of the season when they beat Texas and UConn. That's it. That's the last time they faced a top five team. Who, Jacob? Who beat Texas and UConn? Did Notre Dame? NCC. Okay, I see that. Brazil. Juju, we need a game plan for Betts. Jamie, you really worried about? Okay, Betts is slightly better than what she was. I mean, I think she's living up to. She had a stretch in there where she was like, right, she was hitting some 30 balls, stuff that I think that she should be doing for me to ever consider her like a player of the year dominant, right? But UCLA is just more than just bets. Like USC is a little bit more than JuJu. But we game plan. We stopped her before. We stopped her before. Um I'm more curious to see if she can score inside like I've seen her this year against us. Because I don't remember that last year. And then I know what she does when she gets doubles, she's quick to pass that ball out and you know and hit her outside shooters. And if our outside shooters are hot, then it's on and cracking. I just think we're faster than them, but I'll game plan for that. I think they are. I just didn't understand why people make it seem like she's miles ahead of JuJu. I don't know. When I be looking at it too. Like what? Okay, efficiency. Um, they look at that. You know, with the in the beginning, like what they were averaging, they were right by each other. With rebounds, assists. Of course, Drew was probably leading in that. Blocks, she was leading in that. The steals were like right there. Um, rebounds, assists, steals, block. They were like right there. But then I was like, are you guys really looking at efficiency when she's getting layups off her stuff? And then I can't stand the efficiency comparison when she's not being guarded. No one's being guarded like Drew. And I always can tell when her efficiency is low. I can see how many free throws she shot in that game that they counted as missed shots. So, and then a lot of stuff is not called. So I get irritated. I don't worry about it because you know what? My number one thing, I think Juju's number one thing, because Juju got 2 more years to where it's gonna be so easy to be in that conversation. To be in a conversation like she was runner up last year. It's gonna be the same thing. I don't want to care about the player of the year. I definitely want her to get the shooting guard award. I don't think she should walk away hardwareless at all. But I think that, and I think she should be in the defensive player of the Big Ten category as well. I think what I want to, what she's concerned about, what we are concerned about, is the dub. The dub, winning, winning, winning. I think she would trade in any Player of the Year award over a national championships. Don't get me wrong. Hannah's a dog, right? No, not we know, but people are starting to do too much with the comparison. I think so too. Hey Brazil, hi Jew. Hey Mondo, great player. I'm just saying one is getting shit for stat padding while the other isn't. Did I say this stuff already? Because I feel like I have. I'm way down in the chat. Let me go. I'm gonna read up. Lauren is definitely in the Player of the Year combo for me because of how she's been dominating. Um, in a way that she was in the last 2 seasons. So much. I see a lot of improvement in bets. So does Whose games, Jacob? She may lead in block shots as well, but would have to look it up. Jacob will look it up. Jacob's my factician. Mondo, they don't, sadly. She may lead in block shots, but I would have to look that up. Yeah, we have to look that up. A lot of people, what you say? A lot of people online and sentiment that had us heads up, shoulders above. I understand, heads up, shoulders above. Nothing. SC could have still won the game, missed free throws, and LA went out the game. Yeah, that's what I said, Miss D. That I saw that when my friend and I were watching it. She was like, "Mark my words." It was during the third quarter. She was like, "Watch me." She said, "Those free throws are gonna bite them." She said, "Watch. Those free throws, missed front end free throws." She kept saying that. I was like, "Why do you keep saying that?" She said, "Watch. That's how close the game is." She said, "They're gonna wish they had those free throws." Thank you, Mom. They'll be fine. If both got shit or not, that's all. Way better than I do, so I'll listen. So, Mondo, what's stat padding in your opinion? I'm only fan, no excuses for our losses. Padding is doing things purposely to add to your stats, like missing shots. Nobody can miss shots. And don't talk about Angel. You think she barely you know how hard it is to miss a putback for you to grab it, unless you're gonna do what Fee did last night, where you toss it to yourself. Nobody's trying to miss like for instance a rebound to to stat pad and put it back up. You got to be hella dominant like Moses Malone. And like Lisa Leslie said, and Angel said, and Angel's mama said, and I'ma say, then box me out then. Once the ball goes up, box her out. If you don't want her to get the rebound back. You know how hard that is? Nobody's stat padding freaking rebounds like that. Lauren Best shouldn't be paid because they expected to do that, and they weren't expecting Lauren to go crazy like that. Lauren should be dominating. It's kind of hilarious that everyone's talking about how bad JuJu has been playing lately, but her bad game is a good game. It is. Her bad game is a good game for any player. I mean, they be having these hella expectations. I'm like, thank you. Did you think she should like score 30 every game? Give her the calls. If you give her the calls and she averages 8 to 9 free throws like she used to last year, made point, times that she go to the line, then you'll see that. But you're not calling the calls. I just want to show you guys this one play, and somebody's like, announcer was like, "Oh, JuJu, be careful forcing that shot up," because she threw it at the rim. But I was like, "Do you think that she would really shoot and I'll go off balance and throw it at the rim and force a shot like that?" That ain't even in her style of her repertoire. That was just straight. Somebody shoved her, and it was so quick and so fast. I was like, "Wow." You got to do a better job of commentating. Yeah, but Betts is doing what a 6'7" person should do. Nippy, it's a good game, average game for Miles. I think Prince for TCU is better than Betts. Ooh. Sometimes Sedona do be playing like she better than her. Brazil, I don't know. I don't know, Jacob. Sometimes, when I had first saw this woman play, I don't remember her. And so I saw her and Haley early in the season. I was like, they weren't even in the top 25. I was like, that's an 8 or 9 ranked team. So I kept watching, more games. And so I was like, they upset somebody, right? Like Notre Dame or something like that. And I was like, that's an 8th or 9th or 10th seed team right there. If that girl play it right, because if you're in the top 10, and you stay there and you go through March Madness from the 10th rank, you're good to go. It's really like the top 16 teams that you need to pay attention to, because that's Sweet 16. Prince has a midi and a 3-point shot, yeah, and she big, but they don't, sadly. Mondo. She may lead in block shots as well, but would have to look it up. I think she's up there. She does, Brazil. Damn, I don't have access for their games. All you gotta do is go to ESPN, put in all conferences, push stats, and it's gonna tell you who's leading and what. Lauren is definitely in the Player of the Year combo for me because of how she's been dominating in a way that she wasn't last season, and she's with and then she's got an undefeated team, so she could be in the conversation. Jacob, just my personal opinion. I've watched many TCU games. Okay. I've heard some stuff about Sedona that gives me the ick. Don't think I can give her credit for it. Yeah, but that's true, Nippy. But we gotta take the personal. I mean, everybody's got like their personal beliefs about stuff, right? Some don't like what Hannah said. So does Hannah not be considered for Player of the Year because of her statements? Where some people probably hella support her statement and want to vote for her based on that. Some people follow Clark because of the color of her skin. Don't know a damn thing about basketball. So do we, it's all kind of like subjective things that are going on, right? Of why, outside of basketball, why we support who we support, unfortunately. So Nippy, do tell. It's a domestic violence situation. Who in this chat would not take Betts or a doggo on their team? Nobody. Or JuJu. As reported by the news and her mother, she's very abusive and has harm to her ex-girlfriends. Her most recent also going to the police. Yeah, but BG had the same issues going on too. Brittany Griner, Shamika Hostball. There's always a reason for what's happening. We just don't know. Raquana Williams, same thing. Raquana had issues before she got to the league, and then ultimately lost her career with it again. There was even a petition to have her removed from TCU after an investigation, and there she is. She's still there. So what did they find in the investigation? And I'm not agreeing with her behavior at all. Don't get it twisted. I'm definitely not in support of it. Thanks for looking that up. Nippy, I haven't heard that until now. That's cool. Yeah, she needs help or gonna end up in jail straight up. For real, like, worse, you know what I mean, or worse, you're gonna hurt somebody. Brazil, you are correct. She has made threes, but not this year, according to the stats. Jacob said. I said nobody is shot stat pad. I don't care about stat padding. I see it all the time. I seen what's her name leave, Coach Ivy leave, Olivia in the game after she took out Hannah to get this one more, whatever it was, so that she can get a triple double. And then she's like, you could tell they smiled and shook hands and took her out. And it's like, you were already up 30, 40 points, so you left her in there, like, to get it. Records are made to be broke. I just feel like I've said over and over, stop harping on JuJu being in at the end of the game and hiding behind, well, I didn't want to see her get hurt. Bullshit. You worry about this damn record that is so far off from now. SC's women's basketball is going to get some payback in the SEC tournament if they face Texas. They are. It's going to be cray. That tournament, I can't wait. That SEC tournament, including SEC, and Kentucky be doing this. Like, I was like, don't sleep on Kentucky. And then Kentucky turned around and did lost. I'll be like, don't sleep on the Coach Joe and don't miss. They trying to sneak in there and disrupt stuff. And LSU ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do whatever they could, however they can, to be in the conversation. It is cray over there. I thought we was like, we was going to have to battle Maryland, Ohio State, UCLA. Who else, guys? For a minute, like Michigan State, and Michigan dropped to Silent Swords in Michigan, and then Michigan, the young Michigan crew, they lost. It's just weird with the Big Ten. Big Ten, Iowa snuck up on us. Who else got an upset? It's just crazy in the Big Ten, but that doggone SEC is just must-see TV. I can say JuJu hasn't played as well as she can lately. I'm reading between this because I can't see fully in the chat. Let's see if I can catch up to that. I haven't looked at BG the same. Oh, you haven't looked at BG the same since? I can say Ju hasn't played as well as she can lately. I would say the same for Paige. Yeah, but she ain't played as bad as the way Paige looks. She does. Ju looks still aggressive. She's still got the energy and the effort. It's just, shots ain't falling, which is a positive thing for me because she's getting the ball. She's getting the look. She's getting the shots. I don't like when I don't see effort or aggressiveness. That's what gets me. I was laughing my ass off when Muffet McGraw called Hannah out for those comments. She did? What did she did? I didn't know that. What did Muffet say? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Because Prince has clearly been given multiple chances, but keeps making the same mistake. There's only one reason she hadn't ended up in jail, and I'll yet to figure it out. You know what? It's not good when people cover up people's sins in a sense where, like, excusing behavior that's gonna really ruin them. And it's sad that I feel for the victims as well. I feel for anybody that continues to deal with her. Like, if you continue to know this about this person and you continue to date them, that's on you. You made that choice. So to whoever continues to be interested and give this person a chance in your personal life, maybe you need to ask yourself, why are you dealing with someone with a history like that hasn't dealt with their issues? So that's on them. Paige is saving energy for the tournament, and AZ just scored to test the need too much. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that. I saw that last year with Paige. People can say what they want, but I kind of feel like last year she was saving herself and testing that knee out a little bit, but saving herself, and it worked to a degree. I feel like AZ's testing that knee out too, and I think they have another gear that we don't see just yet. So I'm not counting them out either. And I think the people who vote on the AP poll and stuff, I think they know that about her, and it's like, yeah, they're just testing. They're saving X, Y, and Z. They're not really fully going all out. But hey, this Sunday we'll check out UConn and USC. But I think Paige tried to go 1,000 against Tennessee because it is a rival game, and it is part of her legacy, like Diana, Rebecca, Visa, Maya. It's something that you want to lay down and hit. You don't lose your senior year to Tennessee. You just don't do that. You feel me? So I think the same thing on Sunday. It's like, in order to get you a good seating, because you done dropped to everybody. You done dropped to Tennessee. You done dropped to USC Trojans. You done dropped to Notre Dame. Like, you gotta get you a sneaky win on the Gamecocks if you think you're gonna do something in this tournament. It's almost the end of February. It's mid-February. Let's go USC Chosen. Let's go Cheetah. Hey, everybody that's in my chat, hit that like button for me. I just wanted to come up briefly, talk to y'all. I'm coming back at 5 o'clock with Hoops Heroines of UCLA, the OGs, friends of mine from the 80s, to talk USC UCLA rivalry game. That's the reason I came up here, just to see what y'all were doing at lunch or at home. Maybe for the East Coast, some of y'all miss East Coast is 3 o'clock. Some of you Central Time is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 12 o'clock my afternoon here on the West Coast. I'll be back here at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Um, I need y'all back here with me to talk to some OGs from UCLA about their story, their experiences, and they are the shoulders that this team stands on. In particular, the fact that they won a national championship, but it just wasn't with NCAA. It was right before we went into the NCAA. But just talking hoops with some OGs, I want to give flowers to that I looked up to, um, and that I watched when I was young, and that I just like held in high esteem back in the day. And I wanted you to know a little bit about the program and what they got going on. I wanted to bring some USC folks here as well, but in due time, I will have some OGs as well. But I wanted you to see some players that played against Cheryl Miller and before Cheryl Miller, things like that. Um, to know what it's like to have played with the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? And what it's like playing at UCLA. You know, what's the program like? Academics and so on and so forth. So tell a friend, bring a friend. Come through, y'all. 5 o'clock. Be here. Be square. Tune in. I'm excited. I want you to be. I'm really, really super excited to do this. And I'm more excited about tomorrow's matchup because I can't wait to talk to some of you who doubt, but also some of you who do believe that the Trojans can win. Let's say the Trojans don't win. Like, we gotta have a conversation. How does that affect? Of course, we're gonna say, well, we got another chance. We're gonna go over to Poly Pavilion March 1st. And then after that, you don't think we're going to come against, I do believe we're going to come against them again in the Big Ten tournament. So this is a good time right now for women's basketball because um, LSU plays Texas this weekend. UConn plays the Gamecocks. Probably some more things I probably missed in terms of like who's playing who. But it's a good Good time, mid-February. Um, there's been some upsets with Ole Miss. There's been some upsets. Kentucky got upset. I mean, there's just been stuff that's going on, and it's getting good, 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 good. It's getting good. And we haven't even really even talked about where does my Kiki Irfin go in the draft. You know, does Paige continue to go number one? Will she want to? Is it true that she may not want to play for Texas? I don't know. You know, what are the implications of Seattle Storm having a second draft pick, and who do they pick, and where does Olivia Miles go? Where does Sonia Citron go? Will Cheyenne Sellers go high in the draft? Will Raven Johnson come out and go in the draft? Where does Sanaa Fagan and them go in the draft? Where does Kiki, Rhea, Marshall go? Will they go? There's so many things happening right now in women's sports. I'm just so excited about. I'm excited about all of you joining me here, right here on Everybody Loves Juju 12. Follow me on on Instagram, on X, on Threads, Facebook. I post stuff all the time. I got a lot of pictures going, and it's easier for me to shoot those pictures. Um, to those channels. Click like when you see things. Make a comment. Tell me you've come through. If you're watching now and you have not hit the like or subscribe button, please do so now. Introduce yourself to our chat. They don't bite. Mondo said, I hope you're right, Nippy. We like to make predictions here. We like to give our opinions and our take on stuff. And most of all, we just like to invite you, even if the Trojans aren't your number one team, but they're a team that you enjoy watching, come through and chat with us as well. Because we do try to cover more than just the Trojans here. The one case of snap patting that I have witnessed this season was LSU scored that's right, 130 points. Kim was definitely trying to get the record. Right on, she was. she probably was. Cause I tell you, records are made to be broken. Or maybe Paige really doesn't have the killer instinct like people expect from her. Maybe. I've heard not. So she keeps, or maybe she's giving it all she got, Liz. Nippy. Maybe that's all she got. She keeps saying that she's a distributor, but she needs to be more than that right now, girl. Right now, yeah. I think the Trojans win. All right, I got a prediction. This is what I want to see. Let me put a star next to what you said. Okay, so you think the Trojans will win 73-67 by 6 points. All right, Chicago Chica. It's a yeah, she did. Nippy said, what y'all think about that, what Chicago said? Nippy message received. Chicago, I hope we win, but also I think we may go to overtime. Damn, I want to go to no overtime. It's hard for the West Coast and East Coast teams to be traveling across the nation and play these games. You ain't lying, SC. Gino scheduled tonight their place because Paige was hurt the last time, so she tried to go all out. Maybe she hasn't committed a crime. Maybe. UConn ain't beating the Gamecocks unless everyone gets hot. You don't think so, man? Rivalry game is a pick'em. SC's gonna send UConn home crying. USC versus UCLA is a pick'em. We're gonna get one of these games. Trust and believe that, Mondo. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And no, and it's more than likely you get it at home. Okay, take care, Brazil. Good luck to the Trojans tomorrow. Come back tonight at 5 o'clock. West Coast time. I want all of you guys to be back here. Nippy be here, Jacob be here, Mondo be here, RC be here. This is your team. We're just gonna have a conversation for about an hour and a half. And yeah, we're gonna keep this up. I'm gonna check in with everybody before the game. Not only tonight after we finish talking, but also tomorrow afternoon, because I know it's going to be on your minds. Get your work done. Take off work if you have to. Send your job a note. Get your kids settle in. It's a 7 o'clock game, West Coast time. Get your snacks, BYOB. Get comfortable. If it's late on the East Coast, get in your jammies. get in front of this tube. It's gonna be a blow. Look, I don't want nothing nippy. I don't want no disappointing game. I want everybody just to go all out. Everybody have a good game and let the chips fall where they may. Okay. I like when we hyped. I like when we get there. I love being in the Galen Center with all the stars, celebrities, ball players, general managers coming through, coaches coming through, fans, kids screaming, student section going on, the DJ be lit, the town be popping. We all know what it is, and we want to see our girl, our queen. I want to see all my queens getting off. So come back here tonight, 5 o'clock my time. Tune in, join the chat, come say hello, hit that subscribe button on your way out, and we'll talk soon. Peace.